Hello everybody, I'm just doing a batch baking day, and what I'm doing is I'm meeting some friends who are visiting the area, and I'm making a few nice goodies to take and share with them, and this is what I'm making. So I'm making some oat bars, granola oat bars, and I've put porridge oats, chopped up apricots, some cranberries, almonds, pumpkin seeds, walnuts, porridge oats, chia seeds, all together. There's about 500 grams there of porridge oats and nut mixture with 2 fresh apricots chopped up. In this pan there's 200 grams of real butter and 3/4 of a tin of golden syrup melted, and then I'm going to incorporate the dry mixture into the wet mixture and stir it, and then I'll pop it in a greased baking tray in the oven and cook it off. Also in the oven at the moment I've got a beetroot and chocolate loaf cake and a courgette and lime loaf cake, and these are real butter shortbreads, and I've popped elderflower cordial into the mixture, and then with 1/4 teaspoon of lavender I've popped that in a pestle and mortar. I'm going to incorporate that into one of the sausages, and they're going down now into the fridge to chill down for 30 minutes, and then I'll get them out, slice them in nice round circles and pop them in the oven for about 10 minutes, and that will be elderflower shortbread and lavender shortbread. And then we'll have some healthy granola bars, and we'll have a courgette and lime cake, and I'm going to make just a simple icing for that out of icing sugar and elderflower, and then grate probably a little bit of lime zest on that. Also for the beetroot and chocolate cake, I've got the juice from the beetroot, and I'm going to put that in the icing sugar, and that'll make the fantastic pink icing for the top of that cake. And then the chocolate and beetroot, that'll have that beautiful pink icing on with the chocolate cake. Yeah, the lemon and courgette, I'm going to just do a little tiny bit of possibly buttercream through the middle of it, but the icing on the top will be a very thin layer of icing with grated lime on the top, so visually it'll be beautiful. And also I've just bought these lovely violas from the shop, and I'm going to decorate the top with flowers, so hopefully I'll show you a picture later on when it's all cooked and decorated, so you can see how it all turned out. And this is me again, you see, and I kind of bake all the time and cook, and then suddenly I think, oh gosh, I'm halfway through it, I should have videoed that because it's beautiful cooking or baking, and my followers would probably like to see what I'm doing and maybe be inspired to have a go at, trying any of these recipes. As for the recipes, you can Google online for the recipes. If anybody does actually want the recipes, leave a comment in the comment box below, and I will send you or post the actual recipes for each of these items, no problem at all. Right, let's get on with all this baking and cooking, and then I'll show you later on what it's like, and hopefully you'll like the look of it and it'll all turn out so my friends come and we'll have a real treat tomorrow, because I so appreciate when visitors come, and we'll go to the beach and we're going to walk along the coastal path and probably stop and have a nice little picnic on the way as well, weather permitting of course. What I've done here is I've rolled them out and tried to put a little bit of a design on them with a rolling pin, and I've put a few little viola flowers in the middle so that hopefully they'll be really pretty when they bake. So I've got the granola flapjack out, and I've just let it cool down a little bit, then I will cut it into squares. This is the lavender shortbread with little bits of lavender, and remember I put all those lovely little flowers on. Well, you can't really tell that they are the flowers really, they're just like little bits left. There's a little tiny bit there, but and then these are the elderflower shortbread biscuits, and then we've got the courgette and lime cake, and that's the chocolate and beetroot cake, and I've got all these lovely multicoloured beetroots from a Riverford box and heritage carrots of different colours, and what I'm going to do is peel them all and chop them into crisps. Just drizzle them with sea salt and olive oil, cut them in nice chunky sort of rounds, and cut these lengthwise in sort of crisp lengths. Put them in the oven probably for about 10 minutes, and they'll be nice healthy snacks as well. Right, so I've sort of shredded these very, very thinly, drizzled them with a bit of oil and a bit of balsamic glaze that I've made, and that's the others. I'm going to do the same with these and with these carrots, which look amazing when they're actually chopped at an angle through, because the actual red ones are all yellow inside. So yeah, I'm just going to probably cook them for about 10 minutes and just see how they are, see if it's crispy, and then flip them over and try again on the other side. Right, what I'm doing now is chopping one big or two small courgettes in little diamonds. I'm going to chop some pepper, and then I'm going to put these heritage tomatoes in, which are lovely different colours, all in there. Roast them off with olive oil and mixed herbs and a little bit of garlic, lots of black pepper. When they're cooked, I'm going to then mix them in quinoa with chopped herbs through them, and I'm going to boil the quinoa in a chicken or a vegetable stock to give it flavour, and then run some olive oil through it and maybe a little bit of salt and pepper if needed at the end, to make a nice transportable quinoa salad. Then later I'll transfer frozen broccoli into a baking tray, which I haven't got at the moment because I'm doing multi things. Drizzle that with olive oil and black pepper and roast it high. Flash roast it for about 10 minutes so it's kind of slightly charred, and then you can eat that as well. And I'll put some endemia beans, indarmabi, never can say that, but you know what I mean, those sort of beans in there, and some chopped mint and black pepper and olive oil, and that'll be a nice green salad as well. So I've just made some buttercream, and I've put a bar of plain dark chocolate in, 100 grams, melted it in the microwave, and obviously I made buttercream just with real butter and icing sugar, and then just mix it all in. So that's going to go in between the chocolate and beetroot cake. Then I've done some quinoa with a chicken stock cube, boiled that up for about 25 minutes. I've done some edamame beans, and I'm going to chop some cherry tomatoes up with it and put some roasted garlic, courgettes with it, and olive oil and a little bit of seasoning. Might even put a bit of cider apple vinegar in it as well to give it a bit of a sharpness. We'll see about that. And then the flapjack is really nice. That's come out, just a little taste of that, and that tasted really nice. Done the roasted chips, beetroot and carrots, so that they're nice and crispy. I'm going to put a bit of sea salt on the top of those now, but on the whole I'm very pleased with that, although the colours are not as beautiful as they were, you know, when they were raw, of course. Right, I've just put chocolate icing in the middle, chocolate buttercream, okay, and now I'm going to make the beetroot icing. So the beetroot juice is in here, all red, and we're going to sieve icing sugar and add some of the beetroot juice to it, so we get nice pink icing to go on the top of that beetroot and chocolate cake. Right, this is the quinoa. I've added chickpeas as well, so it's really, really colourful, and it really tastes nice now. So that's that done. So we're using violas, which are edible flowers. We've made a lovely sharp lime icing just by adding fresh lime juice to icing sugar to make a quite thick consistency. It's going to run down the sides, and I've just put flowers all the way on the top for decoration. I could actually put some lime slices or lime zest on the top, but it will go dark by tomorrow, so I'm not going to do that. I'm hoping that these will stay fresh in the fridge. I haven't got the time to do it in the morning because I'm off to meet my friends in the morning. And then this is the chocolate and beetroot cake. So when you chop it, you'll just have a little bit of the icing on top. I'm very pleased with that. And that's the lovely granola slices, which have got the apricots and all those beautiful seeds and nuts in. Then we've got the lovely quinoa salad, which will be a nice savoury dish. And then we've got the roasted beetroot and carrot slices, which will be really tasty because we've got a balsamic glaze on them as well. So they'll be a nice crunchy, savoury snack. So I hope you've enjoyed spending a bit of time with me in the kitchen baking, and I hope it's inspired you to make a few different things using vegetables in your cakes, and lots of veg for snacks and savoury recipes as well. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. If you want those recipes or an individual recipe, just let me know in the comment box and I'll try and send you the recipes and ingredients for the items, and I'll see you again soon. And just want to say again, I'll just move here because the lights are getting low. Just want to say thanks very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Bye for now. Take care of yourselves. Bye.